Welcome back to another video. This is Admas from supersqa.com. In this video, we're going to look at examples of how to pass parameters to the steps. As I mentioned before, that's one of the most important features of Behave or any of the other BDD frameworks. You should be able to pass in parameters to the steps. Otherwise, it's just unnecessarily it's going to make it difficult to work with. Alright, so let's go to PyCharm and look at some of the examples I created. Alright, so now we're in PyCharm. I created this directory step parameters. I will upload that for you in a zip format. I have a one feature file and a steps directory, of course, that's required, and one definitions Python file, and I just called it definitions. Remember, you can call that anything you want. It just has to be a Python file. So if we look at this feature file, here PyCharm is trying to tell me there is a plugin that can handle that feature. I don't know if that's a free plugin or not. I probably should try it, but it really doesn't bother me the fact that it's plain text, so I just keep it like that usually. Okay, so and one more thing to notice, I can put comments just like you would in Python. You use a hash or a pound to put a comment. Triple quotes does not work in the feature file. So this is basically how you would comment, but if you put it underneath the feature also, you actually don't need this. You can put notes, you can talk about what the test case is for, just put some information there. That would be fine. Again, below the scenario too. Okay, so given I have a new DVD in my cart and I have a new book in my cart, as you can see, it's the same thing except two different items. So the way I would define it is, the step definition is, given I have a new braces variable name in my cart, and in the function context, of course, the first parameter is context, and the second one would be whatever I have here. And if I needed to do more, I would put like this, xx, this, and then I would have to pass in xx as a variable, basically, right? But I'm not going to do that right now. The main thing is you get the point. Then here I'm just printing it. I'm actually ironically using the same type of thing, string formatting, to format the message. The item is that. So let me demo that real quick. Go to CMD. You can go to CMD, or if you have it configured here, let me go back out one, then step parameter, and system kind of let's see. CD DD step. Let me just go out to CD step parameters. All right, now we are in the game. Behave one test, right? So I didn't have to specify the file name. It ran. What I need to do is output no capture because I want to see it print. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention before is, if you don't get it printed, especially if you have one line and it doesn't print, if you have like 3 lines and it only prints 2, it has to do with, I run into that problem when I was on a Mac. So use this, it's the formatter. So -F, is it called? No, space plain. So use a plain formatter. Yeah, if you do that, it will solve your problem. If whatever you expect to print, if it's missing one of the lines, then use a plain formatter. Anyways, back to the main topic. So if we go back here, first I have DVD, then I have book. So when it prints it out, it's book. Let me copy this, Control D, and let me put a car. Okay, and let me run it again. Bam! The third time, this item is car. As you can see, it's printing this over and over, but every time it runs, it's a different variable, and I'm passing to it. Also, notice the quotes. Here I use single quote, and here I use double quote, and it's working. And that's how you pass. And just as to see just more examples, let me delete this and let me paste this. I copied it from my notes. And so I click on next, I click on finish, right? A lot of times you're going to do clicking and you don't really want to, obviously you're not going to do that. You're not going to write, I click on this, I click on that like a million times. So you're going to pass in what to click as a parameter. So here also let me get the definition. I click on, I think this is the one I need. It's a when. All right, if you do control slash, it will comment on comment. And here we are. Let's see, what else am I missing? I click, I should see the word success. And that one also, copy. I'm going to put it here in my definition, highlight all of it, control slash, there you go. So in here, item again, I'm using the same variable name here, button to click, and I have the quotes. By the way, if you notice here, the item, there's no quotes here, right? In the step definition, I don't have quotes, but in the actual implementation, I have quotes. So behave would understand what I'm trying to do. Behave understands that I'm putting the quotes here to indicate a parameter, so it will print it out. It's not going to throw an error saying undefined, even though when I define it, I don't have the quotes in there. Make sense? All right. So one thing I wanted to show you is for the text, I'm expecting success or error. That's the only time I would ever use this, right? Let's see. Yeah, I should see success or I should see error. And this one I should probably make it lowercase. And so what I would do is I'm passing the text in and I'm missing context. Just playing around. And what I should do is I should make sure whatever text I pass in here is one as expected. I don't want to pass full bar or any random stuff, and I want to raise an exception. Then otherwise, if it's everything is good, then I will print here, and I would say, you know, if it's success, do this. If it's fail, do that. And what happens if I run it now? I didn't double check. And I click on. Let me see. It's saying I click on is not implemented. I click on. Now I don't know why it says not implemented. Let's see. When I click on, oh, the quotes. I think there is double quotes, single quotes. Oh, which one failed? One of them failed. I didn't tell me next. I think the next one failed. So if I would do double quotes, and if I run it again, then no problems. It's all passed. So the reason would be I used single quotes here, but I used I clicked double quotes here. That's why. If I didn't use any quotes at all, it would have been fine, right? We saw that before. No failures. All right, so this is how you pass it. This is really definitely practice with it. This one here is a good example. And then I would say if text. Usually you want to check for the case, right? Lower, right? Because just keep it consistent, is equal to success. Then print yay, and else print no. All right, so if we were to run it, well, I need to specify. Yeah, I did specify. So it printed yay because it's success. But when I call it here, if I had error, it prints no. So this makes sense. I sure hope this makes sense to you, because this is very important. One more example I want to show you is how to pass in the number. What just happened? Okay, I'll just zoom it in. This sucks. Oh, it's just a tab. All right, so I just want to show you this one, and let me get the definition for that one. Control copy. I'm on a Windows machine, as you can see. Control V. And commented. Okay, so I start a call with whatever participants. What did I say? Yeah, given I start a call with 10 participants, let's say I'm doing a backend API testing for some kind of phone company, or some kind for Skype, which is, you know, creating a call with a bunch of people. So I pass in 10. Let's see, it should be 2 features now. Yeah, 2 scenarios. Yeah, oh, 1 feature, 2 scenarios, and he passed. And the main thing I wanted to show you it's a Unicode. See here, what I did is I printed the type of quantity. I passed in quantity, and the type is it's a Unicode, which is basically a string. So if I was actually need to use it as a 10, I would say new quantity is equal to int of quantity, and I would do the same thing here. I am so lazy, I'm copying and pasting. And now if we run it again, there should be an integer. It says Unicode. I put in, oh, I'm trying to print this. Now I need to print the new value, and the new value is int. Now I can do int 10 times the user or whatever. I use it as a number. I just want to show you that when you pass it in, it's actually a string. Unicode string. Alright, so this video is getting a little long, but this is a very important concept. It should be clear to you how to use it, because you will use it when we start writing practical test cases. Great, thank you for your attention.